Following Jesus, Peter, James, and John climb up the mountain. And when they stop, Jesus turns towards them. And in front of the very eyes, his appearance changes to reveal the light and glory of God that he is. Utterly amazed, they stop in their tracks, in awe. The light emanating from Jesus is beyond anything they have ever experienced. God's glory revealed. And suddenly the figures of Moses and Elijah appear talking with Jesus. And another layer of God's glory and story are revealed. Caught up in it all, Peter recognizes the holiness of this moment, saying, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I will make 3 dwellings here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." And yet, before he finishes speaking, another layer of glory descends. A bright cloud overshadows them, and from the cloud the voice says, "This is my Son, the beloved. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him." Overcome by awe and fear, the fullness of the presence of God and the glory of God revealed, the disciples fall to the ground. Who could stand in the presence of the Lord? In an instant, it all vanishes. Moses and Elijah, the cloud, the voice, the brilliance illuminating Jesus, all goes away. All that remains is ordinary. And Jesus comes to them, touches them, helping to restore and reorient them to this moment, and gently says, "Get up and do not be afraid." And he lifts them spiritually, emotionally, and perhaps even physically to their feet. Their encounter with God is precious, enormous, and will take some time, a lot of time and reflection for understanding to even begin to come to them. It is not something one is able to grasp easily. It's like epiphany. It's ephemeral, liminal, nebulous, like trying to grasp air or light or time. This experience, this divine revelation of God's glory, is a gift, a teaching, one beyond explanation, to be held close to one's heart. It is to be treasured and pondered as the apostles move into the days ahead, into the time after Jesus' death and their encounters with him after the resurrection. Not to be spoken of, just held close. Peter, James, and John, Jesus' inner circle, the chosen ones, have had an experience revealing the fullness of Jesus' divinity, and it will sustain them in the times ahead as they serve as leaders of Jesus' followers, as they go to the ends of the earth, spreading the good news. It is after his resurrection and ascension when Jesus' disciples feel compelled to live into the call to come and follow me as they faithfully journey. Their journeys will take them to the ends of the earth, carrying the message of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection as they bring healing, as they teach and preach the good news of God, revealed in Jesus the Christ, and speak truth to the powers of the time. And we are called to do the same. Most often, it is in the ordinary, in the living of each day, that the extraordinary is revealed through each follower of Christ, through each one of us. And today, many do not experience the mystical. Perhaps it's because we don't believe in it, or we're not still enough, or we're too analytical. We want to understand why. And the call comes in Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. In stillness, God is often revealed in the ordinary. And together we are called, commissioned, and sent to shine God's light and glory in the world as we stand in solidarity with God's children of every age and description, as we strive for justice, as we raise awareness of caring for God's beautiful creation, as we learn to love as God loves. And each time we gather here, do you come with an open heart, with hopeful expectation of encountering God's glory? Do you expect to once again be refreshed and renewed in heart, mind, and soul, to go out and serve God in the world? It is in the fellowship of the gathered community, in celebrating and receiving Holy Communion, that we encounter God's presence and are strengthened and nurtured for God's work in the world. And there is this hymn that we sang when I first came into the Episcopal Church. And I see God's hand at work through the words of it. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. In the midst of his children, the Lord said he would be. It doesn't take very many. It can be just 2 or 3. And I feel that same sweet spirit that I felt so many times before. Surely I can say, I've been with the Lord. There's a holy hush around us as his glory fills this place. I've touched the hem of his garment. I can almost see his face. And my heart is overflowing with the fullness of his joy. I know without a doubt that I've been with the Lord. This hymn sets up an expectation within our hearts to encounter God's glory in community, in small gatherings, in intimate moments of prayer and conversation. To experience the glory of God revealed is a gift for any person. It is something we hope to encounter any moment of any day and every moment of every day. In the most ordinary of experiences, the extraordinary is revealed.